am happy, you are happy. Let us be happy together, whether the weather is cloudy or sunny. I will always be your funny honey bunny. I am lucky, you are lucky. Let us get lucky together, whether the weather is cloudy or breezy. I'll be there to say, hey, come on, let's take it easy. 'Cause isn't it nice to have the friends that you do? And isn't it nice that the sky is so blue? And isn't it nice to say I love you, chugga chugga choo choo, woo woo. I am smiling, you are smiling. Let us smile together, whether the weather is cloudy or stormy. I will still be there in the morning. I'll be right by your side in the morning. I'll make you breakfast in the morning. I hope that you like cereal.
Yeah.
Johnny. No, you couldn't hold it another 8 minutes to the end of the show. I'm sorry, it just happens. We were almost there. It's okay. The story, this headline on Raw Story, final nail in his coffin, Trump's taxes contain powerful evidence of criminal tax evasion. In a column for the Daily Beast,
What a happy
longtime this is Donald Trump biographer David K. Johnston. I was reading parts of his stuff earlier in the show. Made the case there was enough evidence to convict him of financial fraud, and it is the interesting thing is that Trump was doing things that he knew were illegal because he'd already been through this before. So there's just the sweat. The freaking out, the screaming, the dude is going to be gnawing the drapes. Vanessa, that's so nice. Vanessa in our chat room's kid bought her a fart gun like I have the Minions. The Minions. That's awesome. Then we'll all trumpet together.
Oh, that's Minions branded?
It is. It's from the Minions. Yeah. It was
Nice.
It was a gift that my kid got, and he abandoned it, so I borrowed it.
What? Your Honor.
Yeah. Your
He
Honor, I
abandoned
stick
it,
by
Your
it.
Honor.
Tabby, thank
When
you.
I-
GOP Sanchez.
When I hid it under my pillow when he came to visit.
Left
without it.
By the way, we didn't even get a chance to talk about George Santos. We didn't get a chance to talk about the hilarity of what is more to come of his lying about, like, everything from the fact that he's a Catholic Brazilian proud American Jew who worked for Goldman Sachs, except he didn't, and worked for Citigroup, which instead it didn't, and went to Brandenburg University or whatever, except he didn't, and Yale, except he didn't. Like, it's just so good. It's so, and again, I don't want this Band-Aid to come off quickly.
No.
They built this. Oh, Cynthia, thank you so much for the super chat.
Walker, my goodness.
Oh, goodness. I have to say, none of these things about Trump, about Santos, about the back and forth, the backbiting in the Republican Party that's going to happen all this week. Like, the third is going to be so sweet.
Yeah.
As the vote doesn't clear and they're back and forth. And, when Democrats have this, do we have the vote stuff? It's about bills to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Do you ever notice that? Like, we hope we can, I don't know, salvage women's rights or
Help
help
the infrastructure.
or
protect
9/11
voting.
first responders with their health issues, that kind of stuff. That's what the stress about the PACT Act earlier this year, where the Republicans refused to vote to help, to permanently codify the, health support for 9/11 first responders and veterans that were exposed to burn pits. Like, that's an edge of the seat vote. That's where you're sitting there going, man, I can't believe they have to do this again.
Why is this a vote?
It's not gonna pass. Why is this even a problem? They're having that same thing, just picking Kevin McCarthy as speaker. That's hilarious. Do you understand? That is, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is fighting with Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert and Paul Gosar and all those crowd over it. That's awesome. This is so good. And I don't want it, like, maybe they'll solve it in the next couple of weeks. But quite frankly, I don't care if they do. The Biden administration, Biden, did you see that stack of bills he just signed? He signed 65 bills into law in one sitting. And including the omnibus bill, And that doesn't even include like the Rescue Act and the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act and all the stuff that he's passed and the infrastructure bill, all the stuff like that monumental stuff that Biden has done in his first year and a half in office that he got done before we got into the midterm window. And then he signed these other 65, including one by John Ossoff that protects veterans' benefits as well. Which again, thanks Georgia for not being lunatics for a little while and having 2 good senators now.
Yeah.
This is, they got this done. There, and because there was an omnibus that goes out into the next 5-6 years, you could do it if the Republicans are intransigent and annoying next year. You could do a continuing resolution for the next, into 2024, and the hell with them. That, if they're not going to do the work of actual governance and actually have oversight, actually budget for things and be functional and productive members of the Congress, so what? Because basically the Democrats have already done their homework. Barbara's asking, if not Kevin McCarthy, then who? There's a fighting group that wants Jim Jordan. That's not going to happen. He has fewer votes than Kevin McCarthy does. More than likely, it'll take a couple of votes and a lot of hand wringing. They may even get through it on the third and vote him in. But even if they do, it'll be all with teeth grinding and mad and everything. And everything he does, they're going to be mad at him. Every single thing. So good. It's just going to be so, like, there will not be enough popcorn for 2023. Buckle up. It's going to get crazy. But overall, the Democrats have stacked an amount of work that has basically created a pad against anything that Republicans want to do. Now, it has also given them a little bit of space because they don't have to show any work except, committee hearings on the fake laptop and all that stuff, which, by the way, will die off. That storyline will fade very quickly because there's no there. None of it is admissible in court, so they can mess around all they want, but all they're going to do is come up with the fruit of the poison tree that since Rudy Giuliani had the drive in its presence, it was originally a 256 gigabyte drive. It wasn't even everything on it wasn't recovered. And now it's in Rudy's hands. It's got 460 gigabytes on it. I'm just saying, Your Honor, I have a motion to dismiss and exclude. And the judge in that case would have a rubber stamp that just says, yup, thud, and that's over. Nothing that is allegedly from the laptop or the hard drive named laptop that's allegedly again from the Hunter Biden mythological laptop that doesn't exist. None of it is admissible in court, will be admissible in court, and if anything was gotten from that led to it, that's fruit of the poison tree. It'll get thrown out. Same thing they tried to do with the dossier. Remember all that stuff? About how the dossier, Trump's dossier was a fruit of the poison tree because it was gotten through, if anybody was, the problem is that's just someone's opinion and stories they heard. So if that cues an investigation, that's up to the detectives or the inspectors or the investigators that are involved in it.
He did what he was asked. He gathered stories.
This is different. This is a rubber gun with a smoke bomb in the end of it, covered in ketchup, laid next to a dead body that was stabbed to death, with a little sign pointing at it made out of cardboard that says "murder weapon." That has, by the way, does not have the fingerprints of the person they want charged with murder, but it does have the fingerprints of the president's former attorney. It's just going to be so good. It's going to be this year. This year is going to be so good. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of stuff. It'll be stressful at times. But I'm telling you, we'll get through it just like I told you we would get through this one, and we sure did. And we ended with Trump's taxes being released and kicking us into another year where Trump literally announced his campaign and then afterwards never left Mar-a-Lago except to golf. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. Come on. And that all the campaign stops he made, they had to pay him to do it. For J.D. Vance and all these folks, they had to pay him to do it. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. We're at the end of the show. And thank you, everybody in Chicago, Devin, Lady B, Matt, everybody there. Everybody who's filled in or dealt with us over and over again. Bless you guys for another wonderful year. I'm honored to work with you guys. And Johnny Million, I love you. Happy New Year.
Love you too, Hal. Happy New Year.
One of my goals is we hang out more this year and we make some music together. I'm going to make it happen, whether you like it or not. It may involve
I'm not going to. You can't make me.
That's right. And chat room, I love you. I will see you next year. See what I did there? Come on now. All right. And I will let you guys know when Philip answers. All's well.